Barak Yahuwah. Shalom, shalom, beloved ones. Barak Yahuwah. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Barak Yahuwah. Once again, it is a great honor and a great pleasure, Barak Yahuwah, to be used by the Master to be fellowshipping with Barak Yahuwah, with you all on this most Kadush day. Barak Yahuwah, it truly is a special day. Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah, it definitely is a Shabbat day. Barak Yahuwah, but this day is also the day that our Master, Barak Yahuwah, our Master rose. Barak Yahuwah, yes, he rose after being, yes, he rose after being in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights on this particular day, Barak Yahuwah, so many years ago. Barak Yahuwah, so it truly is a special day, Barak Yahuwah, and so we are grateful that we are truly grateful that the Master has sent y'all our way, Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. But nevertheless, Barak Yahuwah, the Master, has prepared a lesson for us today, a short study, Barak Yahuwah, for us to meditate on. I pray that it's edifying, Barak Yahuwah. I pray that it builds the body, Barak Yahuwah, and I pray that he uses his servants this day to esteem his great name, Barak Yahuwah. It's going to be a little different today. Like the Master is going to be reading through my wife this day. My wife, Barak Yahuwah. So yeah, it's gonna be a little different day. I definitely pray that the Master give my wife strength to read loud and boldly, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah, to walk in her calling, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. But nevertheless, Barak Yahuwah. If you're taking notes, the title of this lesson, Barak Yahuwah, is walk completely in the light. Walk completely in the light, so that it leads you to salvation. Barak Yahuwah. Walk completely in the light, so that it leads you to salvation. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. I believe this is some that never gets old. Barak Yahuwah. The things that we're going to discuss. Some may know it, Barak Yahuwah, or some it might be a little refresher, Barak Yahuwah, but nevertheless, I pray that it is edifying to the body, Barak Yahuwah, but to get a understanding, Barak Yahuwah, of what we are going to be speaking now, Barak Yahuwah, about. I believe it begins with finding out, like, what does light mean, Barak Yahuwah? What is light? Like, what is righteousness, Barak Yahuwah? What is darkness, Barak Yahuwah? Barak Yahuwah. And so how can this light be used to lead us to salvation, Barak Yahuwah? I believe this is a very important understanding to have in this season, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah, to even know what is light and how can it lead us to salvation, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. And through the precept of Scripture, I pray that Yahuwah will make this very clear to us all this day, Barak Yahuwah. But we're going to start out, Barak Yahuwah, with looking at the strong definition of the word light, Barak Yahuwah. I pray that this will gain a better understanding of even the word light, Barak Yahuwah. And I believe that Yahuwah will use this understanding to aid us and help us as we move further in this lesson, this study. Barak Yahuwah. So beloved wife is going to read the strong coordinates of the word light. Barak Yahuwah. Go ahead, my love.
Hebrew Strong's number H215.
My love.
Hebrew Strong number H215.
Okay.
Light.
Light.
Light of day.
Light of day.
Light of heavenly luminaries.
Mm-hmm.
Moon, sun, stars. Daybreak.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn. Morning light.
Morning light. Barak Yahuwah.
Daylight.
Daylight.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Light of lamp.
Light of lamp. Light of lamp. This is very significant. Barak Yahuwah, remember that one. Light of lamp. Keep going.
Light of life.
Light of life, Rock Yahuwah, light of life. So even in the definition of light, we can also so we can already see that life is attached to light. Rock Yahuwah, life is attached to light. Rock Yahuwah. Let's keep going, my love.
Light of prosperity.
Light of prosperity.
Light of instruction.
Light of instruction, Rock Yahuwah. This is a very key, a very key, Rock Yahuwah, a very key understanding as well. Light is also attached to instruction, Rock Yahuwah. Rock Yahuwah. Let's keep that in mind as we move forward. Keep going.
Light of faith.
Light of faith.
Yahuwah as Yasharal's light.
Yahuwah as Yasharal's light. Yahuwah as Yasharal's light. Rock Yahuwah. Rock Yahuwah. I just felt led to go to go over the definition of the word light. I believe that it is going to be very helpful in bring more context, Rock Yahuwah, as we continue in this study. Rock Yahuwah. But now we're going to allow the precept of Scripture, Rock Yahuwah, to even give us a greater understanding, Rock Yahuwah. Or we're going to allow the Scriptures to give us the definition of the word light, Rock Yahuwah, so we can know what it is. And preferably, I pray that Yahuwah teaches us how can light aid us and how can light assist us in leading us to salvation, Rock Yahuwah. Rock Yahuwah. So our first precept, beloved, is
Proverbs 6, verse 23.
Proverbs 6, verse 23. Rock Yahuwah. Proverbs 6, Proverbs 6, verse 23. Rock Yahuwah. Proverbs 6, verse 23. And it reads,
For the command is a light and a Torah.
Read that one more time, my love.
For the command is a lamp.
For the command is a lamp. Rock Yahuwah. For the command is a lamp. Keep going.
And the Torah a light.
And the Torah a light. Keep going.
And reproofs of discipline a way of life.
And reproofs of discipline a way of life. Rock Yahuwah. So we can see, Rock Yahuwah. Even in this one precept, we have two witnesses, Rock Yahuwah, for the command, Rock Yahuwah, for the command. So like the command is also tied to Torah, Rock Yahuwah, because Torah indeed is just instruction. Torah instruction. Torah means instructions. Torah means instructions. Rock Yahuwah. So the command is a lamp. Rock Yahuwah. And I pray that we all have the understanding that a lamp is used to give light, Rock Yahuwah, to shine light in darkness. So the command is a lamp and the Torah a light. And reproofs of discipline, the way of life, and reproofs of discipline, a way of life. So the Torah is light. The Torah is light. So like the Torah is light that shines on our darkness, Rock Yahuwah. So the Torah is light that shines on our darkness and in Rock Yahuwah. And so if we allow it to, so like when the Torah shines the light on our darkness and we align our life with the Torah, that darkness must flee. That darkness must flee. So this means so if the darkness flee, then we'll begin to walk the right way, the correct Rock Yahuwah, the correct path. So the Torah is the Torah is able to shine the light on our path so that we have eyes to see. And so we won't walk in darkness, Rock Yahuwah, because if we live a life of Torahlessness, Rock Yahuwah, indeed we are walking in darkness, and indeed we will stumble, Rock Yahuwah. Our next precept, beloved.
Psalms 119, verse 105.
Psalms 119, verses 105. Psalms 119, verses 105. Psalms 119, verses 105. Verse 105. And it reads, beloved,
Your word is a lamp to my feet.
Your word is a lamp to my feet.
and a light to my path.
And a light to my path. Your word, the Torah. The Torah is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Rock Yahuwah, which brings us back to the title of this teaching. Walk completely in the light so that it leads you to salvation. Rock Yahuwah. The Torah is a light. Rock Yahuwah. It is your word, Rock Yahuwah. Like his so like his word is the Torah. Rock Yahuwah. Like his word is the instructions we must follow in order to walk in light so that it leads us to salvation. The goal of the Torah, beloved ones, is salvation. Rock Yahuwah. Us keeping the Torah alone cannot save any one of us. Rock Yahuwah. But the goal of the Torah is to lead us to salvation. Like that is the goal of the Torah. If we keep the Torah thinking that this is our righteousness, then we have missed the goal. We have missed the goal, Rock Yahuwah. Because none of us is able to keep the Torah on our lonesome. No, none of us, Rock Yahuwah. We must understand that the Torah is the reason why Yahuwah is Yahuwah. The Torah is Yahuwah. The Torah, Rock Yahuwah, so like before anything was made, before anything was created, it was just Yahuwah walking to and fro in eternity, keeping the Torah. The Torah is the reason why Yahuwah is set apart. The Torah proves that Yahuwah ain't the Torah proves that Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone is set apart. The Torah proves that Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone is righteous. Rock Yahuwah. No one can keep the Torah. Okay, so no one can keep the Torah unless Yahuwah is aiding them and assisting them in keeping it. Rock Yahuwah, because Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone is righteous. Rock Yahuwah, and so when we keep the Torah, we are practicing His righteousness. We are practicing His set apartness. Rock Yahuwah, this is His righteousness we are practicing. We have no righteousness of our own. Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone is righteous. So when we guard the Torah, when we keep the Torah, we must keep it on a mind frame of seeking the living Torah, of seeking His help to aid us and assist us in guarding the righteous Torah. Because if He don't help us, Rock Yahuwah, our observance of the Torah is in vain. Is in vain, Rock Yahuwah. If He don't aid us and assist us, our observance of the Torah is in vain. But it is the Torah, Rock Yahuwah, that shines the light on our darkness, Rock Yahuwah, that shows us that we are not righteous, Rock Yahuwah, because by reading the Torah, like we'll see that the Torah is true, Rock Yahuwah, that the Torah is true, and we are not, Rock Yahuwah. But we need the help of Yahuwah in order to truly keep the Torah, Rock Yahuwah. So the goal of the Torah is truly salvation. And so if our keeping of the Torah is not leading us to salvation or have not led us to salvation, then we are not keeping Torah. We are doing it wrong, and we need to re-examine ourselves and the way that we are keeping Torah, Rock Yahuwah, because most likely, if us keeping the Torah have not led us to salvation, then that means it must. The biggest reason why is because pride is present. Pride is present. You know what I'm saying? We must all check our pride. Check our pride, because if we are humbly keeping it the correct way and humility, then it will lead us to salvation. And salvation is Yahuwah. And salvation is Yahusha, and Yahuwah is Yahusha. Rock Yahuwah, they are one. They are one, Rock Yahuwah. It is the Torah that shines light on our darkness, Rock Yahuwah. The Torah exposes the darkness that's in us, Rock Yahuwah. And if we allow it, if we align ourselves with what we have read, Rock Yahuwah, then it will cause that darkness to flee. And as we continue in this process, we are being washed, we are being cleansed by the washing of his word, Barak Yahuwah. We are being prepared to be a well-pleasing dwelling place to Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah, because this is what the Torah does. It washes us if we align ourselves with it. If we simply just obey what we are reading, we simply obey and do it from a place of humility, from a place of patience, it will begin to wash us and cleanse us and lead us all the way to salvation. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Let's dive into let's find out so let's gain an even better understanding of what light is, by going to our next precept. What's the next precept, my love?
Talahim, Psalms 119, verse 142.
Talahim, Psalms, verse 119, verse 142. Chapter 119.
Verse 142.
Verses 142. Psalms, chapter 119, verses 142. Barak Yahuwah. You go ahead, my love.
Your righteousness is righteousness forever.
Okay.
And your Torah is truth.
Your righteousness is righteousness forever. And your Torah is truth. Barak Yahuwah. Torah is his righteousness. And it is also truth. Barak Yahuwah. And his righteousness is righteousness forever. So the Torah truly will be forever. The Torah truly will be forever because the Torah is simply Yahuwah. The Torah is the mind. Torah is the mind of Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. It is his mind. It teaches us everything he loves and everything he hates. Barak Yahuwah. Torah is Yahuwah. Before anything was, the Torah existed. Torah was introduced to mankind. He introduced his Torah to mankind so that we can look like him, so that we can walk in his likeness, and so that we can walk in his image, to be made in his image. But truly it is the living Torah. It is the living Torah that truly gives us the assistance to truly keep Torah, Barak Yahuwah. But it begins, if you haven't received the living Torah, if you haven't been led all the way to salvation, it begins with guarding the Torah from a pure place, from a place of humility, understanding that we are not righteous. None of us are. None of us, that we are encased in this flesh. There is no good thing in this flesh. There is no good thing in it. So if you are trying to guard the Torah, and you are rejecting the HaMashiach, you are rejecting the Messiah, and you receive the belief that he don't exist, you are doing yourself a great disservice because he is the door. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and the Torah is meant to lead us to him. Barak Yahuwah. Because when we guard the Torah from a place of humility, from a pure place, our Father in Shamayim, he sees what we are doing. We were trying to draw near to him because the Torah is his mind. So when we align ourselves with it, we are drawing near to him because we are aspiring with our whole being to look like him, But truly, none of us is able to look like him without him living in us. So the Torah is a way for us to. It is our schoolmaster. It is used to train us to be ready to receive him in our heart. Because once we receive him, then at that point we receive everything we need to look like him. And at that point we no longer have any excuse to walk in darkness, because darkness is the opposite of light. And Torah, and so that the scripture is already teaching us that light is Torah. Light is Torah. Light is truth. Light is the way. Light is the way. So by default, we already know that darkness is the opposite of light. And where there is light, darkness cannot be. Darkness cannot be. If any one of us walk into a dark room Barak Yahuwah, that has no light. When you turn on the light, what happens? Darkness flees. Darkness flees. This is what the Torah does for us. The Torah, the Torah shines light on our darkness, on our darkness. Because we all have darkness. We all have sin against Yahuwah. Sin is darkness. Barak Yahuwah. So like where there's sin, there's death. Where there's death, there's darkness, Barak Yahuwah. And if we don't repent and turn from this darkness and walk in this marvelous light, our everlasting portion will be the eternal darkness. Will be eternal darkness, Barak Yahuwah. And since the eternal light have came in flesh, Barak Yahuwah, he have came in flesh and he have died for us. There's no reason for any one of us to no longer walk in darkness when a way for us to walk in light eternally and forever has came, has been accomplished, which the scriptures will show us. Which the scriptures will show us. Barak Yahuwah, what's our next precept, my love?
Tahalim, Psalms 119, verse 151.
Tahalim, Psalms chapter 119,
Chapter 119.
verses 151. And we're going to go through these next couple of precepts just to establish, Barak Yahuwah, what is light, Barak Yahuwah. We're going to go through these precepts just to create a foundation of what is light before we move on. Barak Yahuwah, but the next precept is Psalms chapter 119, verses 151. Psalms chapter 119, verses 151, and it reads,
You are near, O Yahuwah, and all your commands are truth.
You are here, O Yahuwah. You are near, O Yahuwah, and all your commands are truth. You are near, O Yahuwah, and all your commands are truth. Our next precept, my love.
Tahalim, Psalms chapter 119, verses 160.
Psalms chapter 119, verses 160. Psalms chapter 119, verse 160. And it reads,
The sum of your word is truth.
The sum of your word, your Torah is truth. Keep going.
And all your righteous right rulings are forever.
And all your righteous right rulings are forever. Barak Yahuwah. His righteousness will abide forever. And if any one of us desires to live forever with Yahuwah, we must put on his righteousness. And it is the Torah that will lead us, to putting on the garment of his righteousness. Because indeed, he came to die for us. He came to die for us so that we can put on his garment of righteousness, Barak Yahuwah. But it begins with us humbly submitting to him by aspiring with our whole being to look like him. And it begins regarding and keeping the Torah, which is forever, because the Torah is his mind. It is Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Next precept, my love.
Yahukanan, John, chapter 17, verse 17.
Barak Yahuwah. Yahukanan. John, chapter 17, verse 17. Yahukanan, John. Yahukanan, John, chapter 17, verse 17. Barak Yahuwah. And it reads,
Set them apart in your truth. Your word is truth.
Set them apart in your truth, and your word is truth. Your word is truth. Barak Yahuwah. Set them apart in your truth, and your word is truth. His word, beloved ones, his word is used to aid us and assist us, to lead us to being set apart. We are truly not set apart until we receive Ruach, until we receive his spirit, and until we receive his spirit. But his Torah, his Torah is to aid us and assist us of leading us to receiving his spirit. Because if we don't even try to turn from darkness, if we don't even try to turn from sin, and sin is transgression of the Torah, then why would he ever give us something as precious as his Ruach? Why would he do this? Why? Like, why would he do this if we are choosing to live a life of lawlessness, a life of toillessness, a life of darkness? Barak Yahuwah, we must inspire beloved ones, to walk in his truth, to walk in his truth. Right, to walk in light, because light is Torah. Light is righteousness. Torah is his righteousness. It's his righteousness. We have no righteousness of our own. And he is calling all of us. He is calling all of us to right now, this day, to walk in his light, to walk in his righteousness, to inspire with our whole being, to try to put on his righteousness. And he will meet us. He will meet us. He will meet us if we do it from a pure heart. And if we inspire, if we just simply hear his voice. Simply hear his voice. The Torah is his words. It's his words. Barak Yahuwah. Did he not, Barak Yahuwah, write, did he not call Moshe to the top of the mountain, Barak Yahuwah, and with his very own finger wrote his words on tablets of stone and gave them to his children so that they can obey them? So that they can obey them. But even in that situation, we see that it is impossible. It is impossible, Barak Yahuwah, to uphold the Torah without his help. But nevertheless, it is his desire to walk in his righteousness. But we need the aid and the assistance of the living Torah. We need his ruach. We need his breath. We need his breath in order to do this, Barak Yahuwah, in order to do this. But if we don't accomplish this, beloved ones, if our righteousness don't, if our righteousness don't surpass the righteousness of the Pharisees, then by no means will we inherit the reign of Yahuwah. By no means. Because the Pharisees, indeed, they had the Torah. The people had to go to them to receive the Torah. Barak Yahuwah, they had the Torah. They had the writings of Moshe. But they didn't have his mind. They rejected the Torah. They esteemed the traditions of man over the righteous Torah. They didn't fully submit themselves to truth. They chose to walk in darkness. Barak Yahuwah, it is the Torah that teaches us how to make a distinction from the clean and the unclean. It is the Torah that does this. Barak Yahuwah, but if we reject it, then when truth comes to us, when Yahuwah sends truth to us, we will reject it, beloved ones. Just like they rejected Yahusha. They rejected Yahusha because they rejected the Torah. They esteemed the traditions of man over the righteous Torah. And look around, beloved ones. That's all you see. If man is esteeming the traditions of man, Christianity, it is the traditions of man. Muslim is the traditions of man. All these religions is the traditions of man. They got nothing to do with truth. Nothing to do with truth. He wants us to come out of these things. Come, Barak Yahuwah, for all of us to forsake the ways of the world and walk in truth, walk in light. And if we do it with all our heart, mind, and strength, he will meet us. He will meet us. He will aid us and assist us. He will strengthen us. He will begin to prune us and to help us to walk in his truth. Because indeed, without his help, none of us will make it. None of us none of us can walk in his righteousness without his help. But it begins with at least trying. At least trying. We must keep the righteous Torah. We must. This is a must. We must do it and do it today. We cannot waver in our belief. We must begin to keep the righteous Torah and do it from a place of humility, crying out to the Master, saying, help me, I am not righteous. I am not righteous. You are righteous, Master Yahuwah. You are righteous. I am not righteous. And I need your assistance. I need your help, Master Yahuwah. Please help me. Help me. And if we do it, if we cry out to him while aspiring with our whole heart, mind, and strength to do his righteousness, he will help us. He will help. We must do his righteousness. Rocky, what's the next precept, my love?
Ramaim, Romans chapter 2, verse 13.
Romans chapter 2, verse 13. We must do his righteousness. We indeed must. We indeed must. Romans chapter 2, verse 13. Romans chapter 2, verse 13. And it reads,
For not the hearers of the Torah are righteous in the sight of Elohim.
For not the hearers of the Torah are righteous in the sight of Yahuwah, of Elohim.
But the doers of the Torah shall be declared right.
But the doers of the Torah shall be declared right. But the doers of the Torah shall be declared right. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. And so if we are not even trying, if we receive the belief of the Christian church that his Torah, that his commands is nailed to some cross, Barak Yahuwah, then we are rejecting the very thing that can lead us to receiving salvation. Because when we guard the Torah, when we do the Torah, we are inspiring to look like our Father. Our Father is Torah. Our Father is righteousness. He is right ruling. He is a righteous judge. Barak Yahuwah, yes, he is. He is a righteous judge. And if you inspire to look like your Father, to be his child, because that's what you're doing. You are aspiring to be his child. You are inspired to be his child, Barak Yahuwah, because his son is Yasharal. His son is Yasharal, like as it reads in Exodus. His son is indeed Yasharal, Barak Yahuwah. And so when you guard the Torah, when you keep the Torah, you are inspiring to look like him. You are inspiring him to be his son, Barak Yahuwah. You are inspiring to be his son. And if you do that from a pure place, he doesn't desire for no man to perish. He truly doesn't. He doesn't desire for no man to perish. He desires for us to cling to him, to look like him, to walk like him, to talk like him, to talk like him. But we must have this desire of ourselves, beloved one. But only he can put this desire in us. Only he can put this desire in us, Barak Yahuwah. So if you don't have this desire, I encourage you to Barak Yahuwah to examine yourself and seek him on it. Seek him. Seek him. Put this desire in me, Master Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah, because we all must desire to not only look like him, but to walk like him, to talk like him, to be living lights, just as he is a light. He is the light of the world. Yes, he is. He is the light of the world, Barak Yahuwah, and his light shines on us all, Barak Yahuwah. But most flee from that light, as we will read in the righteous teachings of the Torah. Most flee from that light because they don't want to know their darkness. They love their darkness. They love their darkness over the eternal light, which is able to save their souls. Most love their darkness, and they are not willing to let it go. Barak Yahuwah, they are not willing to let it go. But Yahuwah is here today crying out to all who have ears to hear. Turn and flee from all darkness. Darkness is sin. Darkness is unrighteousness. Barak Yahuwah, darkness is toillessness. And begin to aspire to walk in the Torah, walk in truth, to walk in light with all your mind and strength. Barak Yahuwah, clinging to truth, clinging to your Father, so that he leads you to salvation. Salvation indeed is Yahusha. And no man can be led to the Son unless led by the Father. So if he don't lead you to him, you will never find him. You will never find him. And if you won't at least inspire to guard his truth, to guard his ways with your whole heart, mind, and strength, how do you expect for him to give you the gift, the blessing, the blessing, the only true blessing of this world? Barak Yahuwah himself humbled himself and came in the form of a servant in flesh, in this disgusting flesh. Yeah, he put on this garment for you. Yes, he did. He put on his garment for you. And guess what? He suffered for you. He suffered for us all. He suffered for us all, Rock Yahuwah, so that we can live. So that we can live. Because in order to be in his presence forever, Rock Yahuwah, all men must achieve perfection. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because who he created was a perfect being. Oh, yes, he did. Adam indeed was perfect. He was perfect in every way. He was created by the hands of the living Elohim, by Yahuwah. He had the Torah written on his heart. Oh, he was perfect. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was perfect in every way. Rock Yahuwah, he had the very mind of Yahuwah. He was even used to name all the creatures of the land. Why? Because he had the very mind of Yahuwah. Rock you. He did that assignment just as Yahuwah would have did it. Why? Because he had his heart. He had his mind. Why? Because he was perfect. He was perfect. Does it not say for us to make man in like our likeness and our image? What do you think his likeness, his image is? His image is perfection. His likeness is perfection. Yahuwah indeed is perfect. Is perfect. And who he created in the beginning was a perfect being. Yes, he was. He was perfect. He was perfect in every way. But that perfect being, beloved ones, became imperfect. Became imperfect when he hearkened to the voice of another. When he hearkened to the voice of Hashatan, he became perfect. He became imperfect. Barak Yahuwah, he became imperfect. And now, since we was perfect, and we are mankind, but now became imperfect beings, now it became impossible, Barak Yahuwah, for us to become perfect as we once was, because now we are imperfect. And the only thing that can come from imperfection is more vessels of imperfection. So this is why we have all fallen short of the esteem of Yahuwah. We have all sinned against Yahuwah. We are all born imperfect because we all stem from Adam, which he became imperfect. So now I pray with this understanding we can see the great work Yahuwah came to do. Because our Pasach lamb had to be what? Perfect. And I pray we can all receive at least the understanding that there is one who is perfect. There is only one who is perfect. And that is Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone. He is perfect. Yes, he is. And so I pray that we can receive the understanding of who had to come in order to save our imperfect souls. It is Yahuwah. It is Yahuwah who adorned himself in flesh. It is Yahuwah who came and died for you and suffered for you. He suffered for us all in order to restore us back to the level of perfection we once was in the garden, which is a must, because he created perfect beings, and he is not a man that he should repent. So no, he will not repent. Like he will not accept imperfection. He will not accept imperfect beings. No, he wants perfection. He wants perfection. So please understand that it is possible. It is possible. It is very much possible for us to be perfect. But we must be led to salvation. We must receive righteousness in our beings. We must receive Yahusha, who is Yahuwah. Once we receive Yahusha in our heart, who is Yahuwah, we become capable of walking in his righteousness. Because at this point, we have righteousness living in us. And from this point, all darkness that lives in us, he will convict us of it. He will correct us. He will correct us. Yes, he will. He will correct us. He will not leave us to have any darkness living in us. Little by little, he will correct us. Yes, he will. He will correct us until we are perfect beings, until we are perfect ascending offerings unto him. This is the love. This is the love that he came to accomplish. This is the love that he came to do. And if you desire to receive this love that is able to save our souls, it begins with keeping the Torah. It begins with aspiring with your whole heart, mind, and strength to at least just try to do his righteousness. Not from a foundation that if you keep the Torah, you are righteous. No, because you are not righteous. You are imperfect. You are imperfect. You are broken. But you must come to this understanding. One can hear and speak truth to you all day. If Yahuwah don't give you eyes to see it, you're not going to see it. You must understand that you are indeed broken. You are indeed broken. And truly, and truth of the matter is, this flesh should remind you of our fallen estate, because we wasn't in flesh before our fallen estate. No, we wasn't. Barak Yahuwah, we was spiritual beings. We had different bodies than this. We was changed to flesh. So the truth of the matter is, every day that you look at every day you look at this flesh is a reminder of our fallen estate. We are all broken. We need help. We need help. And Yahuwah himself came in flesh to help us. And the way to receive help is inspired to walk in his light. Walk in his light. Walk in his truth. If you do it from a pure place, a place of humility, not a place of thinking that you are righteous, no, but a place of seeking the help and the assistance of the living Torah. It's my belief that he will begin to help you. He will begin to lead you and convict you of all things that you have done, of all things that you have done against him. And as he continue to lead you in his right and lead you, he is also washing you, preparing you to be a well-pleasing dwelling place for him to dwell. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let him help you. Let him help you. Let him help you. But start keeping this Torah. Rock your whore. Next precept, my love.
Romans chapter 10, verses 1 through 4.
Romans chapter 10, verses 1 through 4. Romans chapter 10, verses 1 through 4. Romans chapter 10, verses 1 through 4, and it reads,
Truly, brothers, my heart's desire and prayer to Elohim for Yasharal is for deliverance.
Is for deliverance. Rock Yahuwah. This mind should be in all the true believers, Rock Yahuwah. But because deliverance is only for his people. Deliverance is only for his people, Rock Yahuwah. Rock Yahuwah. But we must understand, we all must engraft into him to become his people. But there's a way to do that. There is a way to do that. Keep going.
For I bear them witness that they have an order for Elohim.
They have an order for Elohim.
But not according to knowledge.
But not according to knowledge.
For not knowing the righteousness of Elohim, and seeking to establish their own righteousness, they did not subject themselves to the righteousness of Elohim.
And the righteousness of Elohim is the Torah. Rock Yahuwah, the earth is filled with many people choosing to establish their own righteousness, but also rejecting Yahuwah's righteousness. Yahuwah's righteousness is the Torah. He is the living Torah. He is the living Torah. If we love him truly, if we truly love him, we will guard his commands. We will guard his Torah with our whole heart, mind, and strength. And it truly don't matter what we go through, whether it be affliction or it don't matter. We will still guard the living Torah because we truly love him with a pure heart. Keep going, my love.
For Mashiach is the goal of the Torah unto righteousness.
Mashiach is the goal of the Torah. He is the goal. He is the goal of the Torah. He is the reason why one would even inspire to guard the Torah. Because if you are not guarding the Torah, seeking salvation, and it don't even matter if you have Rook. We still are to guard the Torah, seeking Yahuwah, because this road is an everlasting road. We always continually seek Yahuwah. Even after you receive His Spirit, even after you receive Ruach, we are to still guard the Torah, seeking Yahuwah, seeking Him in His righteousness, seeking to please Him in every way. But even if you don't have the Torah, this is why we guard it. So don't let nobody tell you that His Torah, His commands, is nailed to some cross. No, we must guard His Torah. We must keep His righteousness, because Yahusha is the goal of the Torah. It is the goal of the Torah. If we guard it and keep it the right way, the correct way, we will receive the goal of our belief. Is salvation, the down payment of better things to come, who is Yahusha Yahusha HaMashiach. Yahusha is the goal of the Torah. Read, my love.
To everyone who believes.
To everyone who believes, who operates in true belief. Operates in true belief. If we truly believe, we will obey. This is belief. If we truly believe, we will obey. Barak Yahuwah. Obedience is truly better than sacrifice. I'm reminded of the example of Saul. I believe he was given the command to go to this town and put everything under the ban. Put everything under the ban. Barak Yahuwah, he was given the command to do this, but he chose to I believe he chose to keep the sovereign king alive. He didn't put him under the ban, and he kept some of the animals to a slaughter to Yahuwah, thinking he was doing Yahuwah a good service by doing his own thing. But truly, if he truly believed, he would have obeyed, and he would have simply did what Yahuwah told him to do. This was evil in the eyes of Yahuwah. This indeed was evil in the eyes of Yahuwah, because he didn't simply obey. Yahuwah desires for His creation to obey. Yahuwah desires for his creation to obey. And I pray that you can even look around you. Yahuwah created all things. Every tree, every flower, the sun, the stars, and the moon. He created all things. And then I pray that you can see that everything He created obeys Him. The sun rises and sets when He tells it. The clouds moves when He tells them to. Barak Yahuwah. The flowers bloom when He commands them to. Barak Yahuwah. Spring is not in winter. Why? Because Yahuwah commanded. So if you have all these witnesses around you doing the righteous command of Yahuwah, obeying His word, then what makes you any different? You, mankind, we was created indeed to obey Him. We all come from Adam, don't we not? Yes, we do. And even Adam, he told him, Barak Yahuwah, you can eat of every tree in the garden. But the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, He commanded him not to eat it. He said, and he told him, like, the day that you partake thereof, you surely shall die. That day you shall die. He created mankind to obey Him. He simply did. So it don't matter who you is. It don't matter who you is, whether you be Chinese or Russian, whoever you are. He created you to obey Him, to hear His voice and obey Him. And if you hear His voice today, harden not your heart in the rebellion, as in the rebellion. Barak Yahuwah, harden not your heart. Next precept, my love.
Galatians chapter 3 in its entirety.
Galatians chapter 3 in its entirety. Galatians chapter 3 in its entirety. Barak Yahuwah. Galatians chapter 3 in its entirety. Go ahead, my love.
O senseless Galatians, who has put you under a spell, not to obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahushua Mashiach was clearly portrayed among you as impaled. This only I wish to learn from you. Did you receive the Spirit by works of Torah, or by the hearing of belief?
Or by hearing of belief. Keep going.
Are you so senseless? Excuse me. Are you so senseless, having begun in the Spirit?
Let me address something here. When it reads like, "Did you receive the Spirit by works of the Torah?" I believe I believe these works are referring to the works that are done away with, the works of animal sacrifice, of circumcision. Rock Yahuwah, all these things are done away with. Our perfect offering have came, Rock Yahuwah. But the way we receive the Ruach in these days is by belief. Is by belief in the offering of the Hamashiach. It's by belief in the offering of the Hamashiach, Barak Yahuwah. But once again, if we truly believe, we will obey. If we truly believe, we will obey. Keep reading, my love.
Did you receive the Spirit by works of Torah, or by the hearing of belief? Are you so senseless, having begun in the Spirit, do you now end in the flesh? Have you suffered so much in vain, if indeed in vain? Is he then who is supplying the Spirit to you and working miracles among you, doing it by works of Torah or by hearing of belief? Even so, Abraham did believe Elohim, and it was reckoned unto him as righteousness. Know then that those who are of belief are sons of Abraham. And the scripture, having foreseen that Elohim would declare right the nations by belief, announced the good news to Abraham beforehand, saying, all the nations shall be blessed in you, so that those who are of belief are blessed with Abraham, the believer.
The believer, Rock Yahuwah, Abraham, Rock Yahuwah, our righteous forefather Abraham, he indeed believed. He believed everything Yahuwah told him to do. Everything, Rock Yahuwah. He had enough belief to circumcise his own self, and all he heard was a voice. Barak Yahuwah, like he never saw Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. He walked by belief and not by sight, Barak Yahuwah. So all who walk in true belief, Barak Yahuwah, these are the sons of Abraham. These are the sons of Abraham, Barak Yahuwah, because true believers, we don't need signs and wonders, Barak Yahuwah. We don't even need to see Yahuwah. All we need to hear, know is the Torah and the writings and the prophets, and that's enough. That's like Barak Yahuwah, like that's enough for us. We believe his words. And we show true belief. Meaning we obey his words. Because just as we words. Because just like we had just read, not the hearers of the Torah will be deemed righteous, but the doers. And the Torah is just simply the instructions of Yahuwah. So whatever instruction Yahuwah gives you, whether it be a individual instruction, or just all the instructions we find in the Torah, we was created to obey the Torah. We was created to obey the voice of our master, who is Yahuwah, to be like obedient sons and daughters to him, obeying his voice wherever he may lead us. Barak Yahuwah, if we truly believe, if we operate in true belief, just as our righteous forefather of the righteous forefather, like Abraham did, then we will obey in a same like manner as he obeyed. He never saw his face, he never saw an image, he simply heard a voice and he simply obeyed. He walked in true belief, and all his children will walk in the same belief. Barak Yahuwah. You can keep reading, my love.
For as many as are of works of Torah are under the curse. For it has been written, cursed is everyone who does not continue in all that has been written in the book of the Torah to do them.
To do them, yes. If you are trying to uphold this, if you are trying to hold the Torah by yourself, on your lonesome, thinking that your keeping of the Torah somehow makes you righteous, you indeed are under a curse. Because I pray Yahuwah makes very clear to anyone who hears is that you are attempting to walk in the shoes of Yahuwah. You are attempting to walk in the very shoes of Yahuwah, because before anything was created, beloved ones, before he created the earth or the Shamayim above, before he created anything, it was just Yahuwah and him keeping the righteous Torah, which shows us that only he alone is righteous and is able to keep the Torah without no assistance, without no help, Barak Yahuwah, without no counsel. He needs no counselor. He is righteous. But it is a very prideful act for any man to think that you are able to keep the righteous Torah without his help. This is pride in its finest. None of us are righteous. Not one. We all fall short of the esteem of Yahuwah. Not one of us is righteous. We must keep the Torah and guard the Torah, seeking the living Torah, seeking the aid and the assistance and the help of Yahuwah himself. Because without his help, we shall fall. We will fail. We are not righteous. Our heart will fail us because none of us can walk in Yahuwah's shoes. Get this in your mind, he is the Torah. Before anything was created, it was just him guarding the Torah. So this means that the Torah proves that he alone is righteous. So if you are out here in this world rejecting Yahusha, at the same time keeping the Torah, thinking somehow it can make you righteous, you are missing the point. You have fallen short of understanding. None of us can keep the Torah without his help. And if you try to, indeed you are under a curse. Because you can't even guard all the writings of the Torah. Because for one, we have no temple. There is no Levi priest. So you can't even keep and guard all the Torah. You are under a curse. But beyond that, the Torah is the reason why Yahuwah, it proves Yahuwah alone is righteous. And if you think that you can guard the Torah without his help, then you are putting yourself on the same level as Yahuwah. You are saying that you are capable of being Yahuwah. You are capable of walking in eternity by yourself. You are capable you are righteous. That's what you're saying. And I prayed and I pray that Yahuwah will give you the understanding that you are not righteous. None of us are. None of us are. We need his help. We need his help. And if you attempt to keep the Torah without his help, you indeed are under a curse. You indeed are under a curse. Right, Yahuwah. Keep reading.
And that no one is declared right by Torah before Elohim is clear.
Yes.
For the righteous shall live by belief.
By belief.
And the Torah is not of belief, but the man who does them shall live by them.
Yes.
Mashiach redeemed us from the curse of the Torah.
He redeemed us from the curse of the Torah, yes.
Having become a curse for us.
He became a curse for us, yes.
For it has been written, cursed is everyone who hangs upon a tree.
Yes.
In order that the blessing of Abram might come upon the nations in Mashiach Yahusha to receive the promise of the Ruach through belief.
Yes.
Brothers, as a man, I say, a covenant, even though it is a man's, yet if it is confirmed, no one sets it aside or adds to it. But the promises were spoken to Abraham and to his seed. He does not say and to seeds, as of many, but as of one.
As of one.
and to your seed, who is Mashiach.
Who is Mashiach? Rock Yahuwah, keep going.
Now this I say, Torah, that came 430 years later, does not annul a covenant previously confirmed by Elohim and Mashiach.
Yes.
So as to do away with the promise. For if the inheritance is by Torah, it is no longer by promise. But Elohim gave it to Abraham through a promise.
Through a promise.
Why then the Torah? It was added because of transgressions, until the seed should come to whom the promise was made.
Yes.
And it was ordained through messengers in the hand of a mediator. The mediator, however, is not of one, but Elohim is one.
Yes.
Is the Torah then again the promises of Elohim? Let it not be. For if a Torah had been given that was able to make alive, truly righteousness would have been by Torah. But the scripture has shut up all mankind under sin.
On the sin.
That the promise by belief in Yahushua Mashiach might be given to those who believe.
Who believe.
But before belief came, we were being guarded under Torah.
On the Torah.
Having been shut up for the belief being about to be revealed.
Yes.
Therefore the Torah became our trainer unto Mashiach.
The Torah became our trainer unto Mashiach. The Torah became our trainer unto Mashiach. A promise was given to Abraham. A promise, Barak Yahuwah, that he shall multiply his seed. I'm paraphrasing, but greater than the stars of the earth and the sand on the seashore. Barak Yahuwah, but we must understand that this promise indeed is no new promise. He also promised Adam, Barak Yahuwah, after he fell. He reestablished his everlasting covenant with Adam. Barak Yahuwah. Adam indeed had the inheritance. He had the firstborn son inheritance. The firstborn son inheritance is also everlasting life, yes, but it's also all the possessions of the Father. All the possessions of the Father. So everything Yahuwah created, he gave to his son, his firstborn son Adam. Barak Yahuwah. But now when he hearkened to the voice of another, Barak Yahuwah, he only had rights to the firstborn inheritance if he was still if his covering was Yahuwah. But when he hearkened to the voice of Hashatan indeed became his master. Barak Yahuwah. But nevertheless, he recertified his covenant with him, Barak Yahuwah. His everlasting covenant, Barak Yahuwah, when he slain those two animals, Barak Yahuwah, when their blood was shed, and he covered them in his garments, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah, like he gave to him back what he regave to him back what was taken from him. But this time it wasn't just his altogether. He gave it back to him in the form of a promise. In the form of a promise. And he promised Adam, Yahuwah promised Adam that I will come through one of the righteous descendants of your seed. And I myself will shed my precious blood, Barak Yahuwah, not only for you, but all your righteous seed. All your righteous seed, all who inspire to walk in my Torah, all who inspires to live a life that is well pleasing to me. My blood will cover them. My blood will redeem them, Barak Yahuwah. And with this blood, I will restore back to you everything that you lost, Adam. Everything that you lost, I will restore to you, not only to you, but to all your righteous seed. Now, this promise, this firstborn promise, because Adam indeed was and is a firstborn. He was the first to come from the soil. He was the first Yahuwah created with his very own hands. Barak Yahuwah. So this firstborn promise was passed down to every firstborn. Every firstborn, and like every firstborn is and what makes you a firstborn is that you look the most like you look the most like your father. Barak Yahuwah. You are not simply a firstborn because you was born first. Barak Yahuwah. That could be the case. Barak Yahuwah, but you are a firstborn if you resemble the if you resemble the likeness and the image mostly of your father. Barak Yahuwah. If you look like your father the most, this is what makes you a firstborn. Barak Yahuwah. We see this example with Jacob and Esau. Barak Yahuwah. Jacob indeed looked more like his father. Not only his father, his grandfather. He looked more like him. Barak Yahuwah. Abraham loved Jacob with a great love. Barak Yahuwah, because he looked just like him. Barak Yahuwah. When you look like your father the most, you qualify for receiving the firstborn Barakah. And this firstborn blessing was passed down from Adam to Abraham, all the way down to Yahusha. All the way down to Yahusha. All the way down to Yasharal. To Yasharal hold the firstborn Barakai, but Yahusha came as Yasharal, so Yahusha is Yasharal. Yahusha is Yasharal. So if any one of us inspired to be engrafted into Yasharal, who is the only nation on the sun that will receive salvation, if any one of us inspired or have any kind of desire to receive salvation, we must all engraft into Yasharal, and Yahusha, who is Yahuwah in flesh, is Yasharal. So, Barak Yahuwah, so I encourage you, all who are listening on the sound of my voice, to seek Yahuwah, to seek him, to draw near to him with your whole heart, mind, and strength, to do the will and the desire of Yahuwah, and to guard the Torah with your whole heart, mind, and strength. Knowing Barak Yahuwah, and understand that as you guard the Torah, you are not righteous. You are not righteous, Barak Yahuwah, but you are seeking righteousness. You are seeking Yahuwah's righteousness. You are seeking for him to lead you to his righteousness. And his righteousness in this age, his blessing, the blessing of this age is Yahusha. The blessing of this age is Yahusha, the Ruach HaKodesh. If you receive him into your heart, you will also receive into your heart the down payment in which if you hold on to, this will indeed give you rights to all the inheritance of the firstborn son. This will give you rights to life. This will give you rights, Barak Yahuwah, to be his son. This will give you rights to be engrafted into Yasharal. You will become a citizen of the New Jerusalem of above, Barak Yahuwah. So when it comes down, and it will come down one day, you will enter through those gates because you are already a citizen. You are already a citizen in New Jerusalem above, Barak Yahuwah, because you have now been recreated. Barak Yahuwah, you have now been recreated to be a new creature, and you are no longer an earthly creature. No, you have now been recreated, a renewed creature, a creature from the Shambayim above, Barak Yahuwah, and you will now be seated in heavenly places in the Shamayim, Barak Yahuwah, spiritually. So indeed, when the New Jerusalem come down one day, you will enter to those gates because you received the down payment of better things. Barak Yahuwah, you chose not to operate in falsehood. You chose not to reject life. You chose to cling to life with your whole heart, mind, and strength. And it is my prayer. It is my prayer that as many as possible will indeed cling to life, will indeed walk in his righteousness. Barak Yahuwah, because if we don't, our portion will be with the unbelievers. And all who unbelieve, their portion is eternal darkness, no shalom, forever in sorrow of heart. Because you will see, all eyes will behold and see one day who truly loved you. Yes, he did. He loved you. And if you don't receive him, then this only means one thing, that you rejected his love. You rejected his love. And you will have to spend all eternity with this on your mind. Brock, after you have seen and experienced true love, you will have to spend every moment of your being with no rest, with no shalom, no peace, because you rejected truth. Brock, because you rejected truth. Keep reading, my love.
In order to be declared right by belief. And after belief has come, we are no longer under a trainer. For you are all sons of Elohim through belief in Mashiach Yahusha. For as many of you as were immersed into Mashiach have put on Mashiach.
Have put on Mashiach, Rock Yahuwah. For as many has went under the waves, have put on Mashiach, Rock Yahuwah has put on Mashiach. This is something that must happen. Rock Yahuwah, there's nothing new under the sun. There's truly nothing new under the sun. From the very beginning, even when the earth became unclean, even when the earth became unclean, because of the uncleanness of Hashatan, of Satan, the earth indeed became unclean. And it became dark and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. But while that darkness was on the face of the deep, the Spirit of Yahuwah was hovering over the waters. And he spoke to that darkness. Let light come to be. Let there be light. Let there be light. What Yahuwah wants us all to know, Rock Yahuwah, that we have all become unclean. We have all, Rock Yahuwah, become unclean the day that our righteous forefathers sinned against Yahuwah. And the day that we put on this body of flesh, we all became unclean. We all became imperfect. So when we allow the washing of the word to cleanse us and wash us and prepare us to receive him, and when we go down in that water, when we go under the waves, we become that darkness. We become that darkness under the face of the deep. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We become that darkness. And so the goal is for Yahuwah to speak over you. Let there be light. Let light come to be. Brock Yahuwah, as you go under the waves, let light come to be. Because if we speak those words and you come up, and you come up from under the water, Brock Yahuwah, going back to the third day of creation, he commanded the dry land to appear, did he not? He commanded the dry land to appear after Brock Yahuwah, after the man. Okay, so after the land was washed, he commanded he commanded to appear, and at that point, he commanded for it to be fruitful. The land was able to bear fruit after it was washed, after it was cleansed, after Brock Yahuwah after Yahuwah spoke, let there be light over it. It was able to bear fruit. We are that land. We are that land. We must fulfill all righteousness. We must fulfill all righteousness. We must allow Yahuwah to clean us by the washing of his word. And when we have been made a well-pleasing, suitable dwelling place for him to dwell, we indeed are to go are to go under the waves, or to go in the water, and to partake in the immersion, to partake in the death, burial, and the resurrection of Yahushua HaMashiach. Indeed, we must fulfill all righteousness. And if we do this correctly, with a true heart, a heart that just hungers and thirsts for his righteousness, We have no righteousness. But if we hunger and thirst for his righteousness, and we allow him to clean us with the washing of his word, when we go in the water, beloved ones, we will receive the gift. The gift will come down. We will receive the comforter. We will receive the down payment of better things. We will receive the only one who can cleanse us. The only one who can make us whole. The only one who can reset us back to the garden. Can reset us back to the level of perfection we once was in the garden, which must be accomplished. It must be accomplished. We must fulfill our righteousness. And all who does this, all who was immersed in the name of Yahushua correctly, you have received the down payment of everlasting life. But if we don't go through the steps, if we don't follow the steps correctly, then even if we go in the water, it don't matter. Rock Yahuwah, like we will not receive the gift. If you are, especially if we are rejecting the Torah and if we are rejecting the correction that Yahuwah is trying to correct us with, if we are rejecting it, then he will reject us. Then he will reject us. He indeed will reject us. Rock Yahuwah, we must examine ourselves. We must examine ourselves, because even though we don't slaughter lambs no more, we don't slaughter goats, but if we meditate on the process that took place in those days, Yahuwah through that can teach us something today. The offender, before he even took the offering to the temple, Barak Yahuwah, before he even took it, he had to examine the offering, and he had to make sure that this offering was a perfect offering. He had to make sure it didn't have spot or blemish. He had to examine it. He had to well examine this offering. He himself had to examine the offering. That offering, Barak Yahuwah, is us. We must examine ourselves. We must examine ourselves and make sure that we are a suitable offering for Yahuwah before we go into the water. We must be willing to turn from everything he revealed to us. If we do this, we will be led to salvation. We will be led to salvation. But also you must know something else. In those days, after the offender examined the offering, and he examined it, and he took it to the temple, you must also understand that the priest also examined that offering. The priest also examined that offering. That priest, that high priest is Yahushua HaMashiach. He will examine you. He will examine you. If you try to go into that water unclean, he will not accept you. We must allow the washing of the Torah to wash us, to cleanse us, to purify us. If we do this and do it the correct way, Yahuwah will meet us in that water. He will fill us with his righteousness. But we must go through the process and allow the light of the Torah to lead our way. Allow the light of the Torah to shine light on our darkness. And when it shines light on our darkness, oh no, don't try to hide that darkness with a sheet or with some fig leaves. No, allow that light to cleanse that darkness. Align yourself with the Torah, with the light of the Torah, so that that darkness will flee. And this is the continual process that you will continue even after receiving Ruach. Because we are only, if you don't have the Ruach, you are turning from everything that he reveals to you, so that you have a clean conscience, so that your conscience don't condemn you. And if you have a clean conscience towards him because you have chosen to obey his voice and not the voice of man, when you go into that water, you will be a well-pleasing offering unto him. Yes, you will. You will be a well-pleasing offering unto him. And he will send down fire to consume the fat of that offering. He wants us to turn, beloved ones, and begin to walk in his righteousness. Allow him to lead us into all truth. Because the Ruach is able to lead you even if you don't have him. Because as it says that no one can be led to the Son unless led by the Father. The Father is Ruach. Yes, he is. The Father is Ruach. So it is the Father, it is Yahuwah who leads us to even receiving Ruach. So he begins to correct us, to convict us of all things that we have done against him and him alone. He begins to do it. But we must allow him to do his work. And don't interrupt the cleansing process with our pride. Thinking that we don't gotta turn from things. Let him work on us. Barak Yahuwah. Keep reading, my love.
There is not Yehudi nor Greek. There is not slave nor free. There is not male and female. For you are all one in Mashiach Yahusha. And if you are of Mashiach, then you are seed of Abraham and heirs according to promise.
Heirs according to promise. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. What's the next precept, my love?
Next precept is Yahuchanan, John chapter 3, verses 1 through 21.
Barak Yahuwah. Yahuchanan. John chapter 3, verses 1 through 21. Yahuchanan chapter 3, verses 1 through 21. Yahuchanan chapter 3, verses 1 through 21. And it reads,
And there was a man of the Pharisees, Nocdeman was his name, a ruler of the Yahudim. This one came to Yahusha by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from Elohim, for no one is able to do these signs you do if Elohim is not with him. Yahusha answered and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim.
Unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Keep reading.
Nocdeman said to him, How is a man able to be born when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yahusha answered, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and of the Spirit, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of the flesh is flesh.
That has been born of the flesh is flesh.
And that which has been born of Ruach is Ruach.
And that has been born of Ruach is Ruach. You read?
Do not marvel that I said to you, you have to be born from above. The wind blows where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from and where it goes. So is everyone who has been born of the Ruach. Nocdeman answered and said to him, How is it possible for this to take place? Yahusha answered and said to him, Are you the teacher of Yasharal and do not know this? Truly, truly, I say to you, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly matters, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about heavenly matters? And no one has gone up in the heaven except he who came down from the heaven.
Yes.
The son of Adam. And as Masha lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the son of Adam has to be lifted up.
Yes.
So that whoever is believing in him should not perish but possess everlasting life.
But possess everlasting life. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Now, we are those who serve Yahuwah. We are nothing but servants. We are nothing but lowly dirt servants. Barak Yahuwah. We esteem our master. We esteem our Master, Barak Yahuwah, and we desire to do the will of our Father, Barak Yahuwah. So we lift up the stake of Yahusha, Barak Yahuwah, for any man that even desires to have life, Barak Yahuwah, because if you, how we show love to Yahuwah is by being an obedient child and just obeying him. That's how we show love. So exactly, if we obey him by showing our love, if we show our love to him by obeying him, then what do you think disobedience is? Disobedience is showing our hatred towards Yahuwah. We must serve him. How do you expect to receive healing? How do you expect to receive salvation or any good thing? Blessings, barakahs, whatever. How do you expect if you're not willing to serve him? We are inspired to be his sheep. We are to inspire to be his sheep, to allow him to lead us into all truth. And in the image of a sheep, it is truly a serve relationship when it comes to the sheep and the shepherd. The sheep serves the shepherd by obeying him, by following the shepherd wherever he leads them. If the shepherd is cold, they are more than willing to give them their fleece, their wool, in order to comfort their shepherd. Even if he needs food, they are more than willing to even die to provide for him food. They are willing to give up their very lives to serve their shepherd. And so because of their servitude, their shepherd also serves them. Their shepherd fights for them. Their shepherd leads them and guides them and makes sure no lion or bears or anything overtakes them. Their shepherd protects them. Our shepherd is Yahuwah. If you desire to be his sheep, it begins with you obeying him, inspiring to obey him with your whole heart, mind, and strength. To just simply do what he's asking of you. It's not too deep. It's not too hard. Just simply obey him. It's just simply obey it. Do it from a pure place. Just desire to do it. Have a pure desire to obey him. And he will help you. He will help you. He will meet you halfway. He will help you because he knows you can't obey him without his help. But if you have a pure desire to obey him, he will help you to do it. He truly will. He truly will. All his taught ones are witnesses of this truth. He will, because we are nothing without him. No man is nothing without him. No man is nothing without him. No man is nothing without him. I can't even do what he is doing through me right now without his help. I cannot even begin to do what he is doing right now without his help. Just turn to him, Barak Yahuwah. Turn to him and he will help you. Barak Yahuwah. Keep reading, my love.
For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish but possess everlasting life.
Yes.
For Elohim did not send his son in the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only brought forth Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world.
The light has come into the world.
And men love the darkness rather than the light.
And man loves the darkness rather than the light.
For their works were wicked.
Their works were wicked.
For everyone who is practicing evil matters.
For everyone who is practicing evil matters.
Hates the light.
Hates the light.
And does not come to the light.
And does not come to the light.
Lest his works should be exposed.
Unless his dark wicked works will be exposed. Mm-hmm.
But the one doing the truth comes to the light.
But the one doing the truth comes to the light.
So that his works are clearly seen.
So that his works are clearly seen.
That they have been wrought in Elohim.
That they have been wrought with Elohim. Most of the earth is full. It's full of people hating the light. Hating the light. They'll rather walk in their uncleanness, walk in darkness instead of come to the light. When you choose to do this, Barak Yahuwah, you are rejecting the light. And the light is capable of leading us to life, leading us to salvation. Leading us to salvation. We cannot walk in darkness and expect to be saved. We cannot walk in darkness and expect for Yahuwah to lead us to salvation. He commands us not to cast his pearls to swine. He commands us not to cast his pearls to swine, beloved ones. So do you think that he will tell us to do one thing, but he'll do the other? Swine is those who are choosing willingly to walk in uncleanness, to walk in toillessness. Barak Yahuwah, if you choose to walk that broad path, that broad path of darkness, of toillessness, of unrighteousness, then you are choosing to be a swine. You are choosing to be a big abominable thing in the eyes of Yahuwah. And you think that he will cast his pearls, his precious pearl to someone inspiring to walk in uncleanness and not even trying to walk in his likeness, to be like him, not even trying, not even making an attempt? We must guard the Torah. We must. This is a must. If you desire to live, we must guard the Torah. What's next precept, my love?
Yahukanan Alaf, 1 John chapter 1, verse 1 through 10.
Okay, yeah, we can read that, yeah. 1 John chapter 1, 1 John chapter 1, verses 1 through 10. 1 John chapter 1, verses 1 through 10. Torah is light, beloved ones, and we must walk in it. If you want to be led to salvation, Torah is light, and we must walk in it. The Torah will lead us to the living Torah. The living Torah is Yahusha, who is Yahuwah. We must walk in light. Read, my love.
What was from the beginning, what we have heard, what we have seen with our eyes, what we have looked upon, and our hands have handled concerning the word of life. And the life was manifested, and we have seen, and bear witness, and announce to you that everlasting life, which was with the Father and was manifested to us.
Manifested to us.
We announce to you what we have seen and heard, so that you too might have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son, Yahushua Mashiach.
Yes, because they are one.
And we write this to you in order that your joy might be complete. And this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light.
Elohim is light.
And in him is no darkness at all.
And in him is there no darkness at all. Read.
If we say that we have fellowship with him,
if we say that we have fellowship with him,
and walk in darkness, we lie and are not doing the truth.
We lie and not doing the truth. Darkness is the opposite of light. If light is Torah, which the scriptures have already proven, light is truth. Light is the right way. Barak Yahuwah, light is everything good. So this will make darkness by default darkness is toillessness. Darkness is unrighteousness. Darkness is a falsehood. Darkness is also sin. And all these things is connected to death. All these things is connected to death. Where you find darkness, you will find toillessness. Where you find toillessness, you will find sin. Where you find sin, you will find death. All these things are connected to death. Yahuwah indeed is life. Apart from him, there is no life. Yahuwah is life. And if we want life, we must cling to him. We must cling to him and walk in the light as he is in the light. If we walk in the light as he is in the light, then we have fellowship with him, and in the blood of Yahushua cleanses us of all sin. Yes, it does. But we must walk in the light, and the Torah is light. Yes, it is. We cannot reject the Torah, beloved one. We cannot reject the Torah and think that somehow we are walking in light. We are walking in lawlessness. We are walking in darkness. And if we don't repent, if we don't turn from this darkness, turn from this path of death, it will lead us to death, because the Torah is light, and that light is meant to lead us to life. It is meant to lead us to salvation. It is meant to lead us to everlasting fellowship with Yahuwah. Only those who walk in light have fellowship with him. You can't walk in darkness thinking that you have fellowship with him. No, he is light, and there is no darkness in him. No. Darkness cannot dwell in his presence. But we draw near to him. We draw near to him by keeping the Torah, which is light, and allowing that light to shine light on our darkness, and allowing it to make the darkness flee as we commit ourselves to upholding the righteous Torah from a pure place. And as we continue to do this, we are drawing near to our Father who is light. And if we continue this path, he will lead us to righteousness. He will lead us to salvation. He will lead us to Yahushua. And then we will truly be in full fellowship with him. We will truly be his sons and daughters. We will truly become his everlasting inheritance if we hold on to the gift, to the promise that he gave us. Yahushua is the promise of this age. He is the barakah, the blessing of this age. He is the door that leads us back to everlasting fellowship with Yahuwah. If we don't receive Yahushua before we leave this earth, we have done ourselves a disservice. It is Yahushua who brings us back into fellowship with Yahuwah. It is Yahushua that makes us have no separation from Yahuwah. He is the mediator. He is the door that leads us back to everlasting fellowship with Yahuwah. And all those who receive Yahushua, he will raise them on the last day. He will raise them. We will celebrate with him for 1,000 years. Yes, we will. And on that great last day, all who receive him, he will give them all. He will give them all over to Yahuwah to Yahuwah in his fullness. When the day flesh cease, we then will begin to serve Yahuwah in his fullness, because we would then at that point look like him, and we will be made into his perfect likeness. And it is Yahushua who is the Ruach, who is the Comforter, who is leading us to that great last day. So if we don't receive Yahushua, we have done ourselves a great disservice, and we have made ourselves accursed. Because but the amazing thing is that he became a curse for us. He placed our burdens on his shoulders so that we can live. So if you reject him, which you are rejecting him, if you're rejecting the Torah, that will lead you to him. So, but if you reject him, you are rejecting life. And if you reject life, you are a lover of death. And Yahushua is he is Elohim of right ruling. Whichever one we love more, he will give to us. If we love life more, he will give us life. Ain't that fair? That's fair. If we love life more, he will give us life. But if we love death, and we show him we love death by our actions, he will give us our right reward. Is that not fair? That is right ruling. Seek him. Seek him in his righteousness while there's still time. Do not choose to walk in darkness. If you have listened this far, you know what darkness is now, and you have no excuse. You have no excuse. Seek him in his righteousness while there's still time. Or choose to live in everlasting darkness, which is everlasting pain, everlasting suffering forever. Read, my love.
But if we walk in the light as he is in the light,
As he is in the light,
we have fellowship with one another. And the blood of Yahushua Mashiach, his son, cleanses us from all sin.
From all sin. Walk in the light. Keep reading.
If we say that we have no sin, we are misleading ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is not in us.
And the truth is not in us.
If we confess our sin, he is trustworthy and righteous to forgive us the sin and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. If we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us.
And his word is not in us. We all have sinned. We are all imperfect. If you have no sin, then you are perfect. You indeed are perfect. And so that means if you are perfect, then you have no need for no Savior. No, you righteous. You know what I'm saying? So if you are righteous, then you have no need for no Savior. Then that means you can live forever already. That means you can live forever already. Barak Yahuwah. That's why it's imperative that we realize that we are broken. That we are broken, and we need a Savior. We need someone to fix us. We need someone to work on us and humble us and bring us to a very low state that we may hear his voice and receive his words. We must first realize that we are broken. Barak Yahuwah. And choose to walk in the light. We must choose to walk in the light. What's the next precept, my love?
Yahukanan, John, chapter 15, in its entirety.
Let me see. I'm going to read this one. Then I'm going to skip to the last one. I don't want it to go on too long. You said what, my love?
Yahukanan, chapter 15, in its entirety.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to let y'all write that precept down. Yahukanan, chapter 15, in its entirety. We're not going to read that. We're going to move on to the next one. But Yahukanan 15, in its entirety. I don't want it to go on too long, beloved one. So, yeah, we're going to read the next one. What's the next one, my love?
Corinthians, Aleph, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 11. We must walk in the light. The Torah is light. And we must allow it to lead us to the living Torah, which is Yahushua. Barak Yahuwah. Go ahead. Hold on. Let's see. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 through 11. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 through 11. You can read, my love.
Do you not know that the unrighteous shall not inherit the reign of Elohim?
Do you not know that the unrighteous shall not inherit the reign of Elohim?
Do not be deceived.
Do not be deceived.
Neither those who whore, nor idolaters,
sin,
nor adulterers,
crime,
nor effeminate,
crime,
nor homosexuals,
crime,
nor thieves,
crime,
nor greedy of gain,
crime,
nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor swindlers shall inherit the reign of Elohim.
All this is sin. All this is more. It's more characteristics of sin than these. But these are characteristics of those who is choosing to walk in sin. Those who are choosing to walk in lawlessness. You can read.
And such were some of you, but you were washed.
Washed by what? Washed by the washing of the word. Washed by the washing of the Torah. You read the Torah, you found out this was not of Yahuwah, and you applied that truth to your life, which means it washed you. It washed you. This is the process that we all are partaking, with or without Ruach. We are all still doing this until Yahuwah deems us righteous, until he deems us a perfect vessel, Barak Yahuwah. But we are all undergoing this same process. It is the Torah that teaches us to make a distinction between the clean and the unclean, and if we allow and we reread it and apply the truth to our life, it is essentially washing us and cleaning us. We have all been washed by the washing of the Torah, by the washing of light. Barak Yahuwah, keep going.
But you were set apart, but you were declared right in the name of the Master Yahusha, and by the Spirit of our Elohim.
By the Spirit of our Elohim. This is how we are declared right. By receiving the Ruach, by receiving the Spirit of our Elohim. Barak Yahuwah. But one cannot be declared right unless there is the shedding of blood. Unless by the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness of sin. I'm paraphrasing Barak Yahuwah, but so unless by the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness of sin. So this is the reason why Yahusha came, to shed his blood, so his blood can cover our sin. Barak Yahuwah. But that payment of death, that payment of death must be paid in us. We too must die. We too must die, Barak Yahuwah. We too must die and be renewed and be renewed so we can truly begin to walk the unleavened path of sincerity and truth. Barak Yahuwah, we must die. Die to what? Die to ourselves. Die to the flesh. Die to all sin. Barak Yahuwah, die to all sin. We must die, and how we die, we fulfill all righteousness. We fulfill all righteousness that is indeed written in the righteous Torah, Barak Yahuwah. We fulfill all righteousness that indeed is written and fulfilled in the righteous Torah. We don't live to our own self anymore. We live according to Yahuwah in his righteousness. We die to the flesh. We die daily to the flesh. And by you humbly submitting yourself to the righteous Torah, which is light, that is shining a light on your darkness, you are dying to your own self, and you are living according to the righteous desire of Yahuwah. You are living to his desire, and you are no longer inspiring to do your own thing. No, you have died to self, and you begin to do his will. You begin to do his righteousness, and that's where it begins. Beginning to die to self, to die to your own desire, beginning to read the Torah and allow the Torah to wash you as you continue to apply it to your life, and allow it to lead you to salvation. Lead you to salvation, because once you go into that water, then you truly have died. If you allowed the Torah to wash you and prepare you to be a well-pleasing, suitable dwelling place for Yahuwah to dwell, when you go under the waves, Barak Yahuwah, you have truly died, because by doing this, you are partaking in the death, burial, and the resurrection of Yahushua Mashiach. So when you come up, you become you indeed become a renewed creature. And behold, all things become new. But we must die. We must first die to ourselves and begin to walk in his truth and begin to walk in his light and do it all the days of our life. Never turning back. Never turning back to bondage. Never turning back to sin. But always walking according to his will and his desire. Seeking him in his righteousness and his help and assistance in order to help us and aid us in keeping his truth, keeping his righteousness. Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. We're gonna go to the last. Y'all think this is the last precept? What's the last precept, my love?
This is the last precept.
Yeah. What is it?
Maasai, Acts, chapter 2, verses 22 through 39.
Barak Yahuwah, Acts chapter 2, verses 22 through 39. Acts chapter 2, verses 22 through 39. Acts chapter 2, verses 22 through 39. And it reads,
Men of Yasharal, hear these words. Yahusha of Nazareth, a man from Elohim, having been pointed out to you by mighty works and wonders and signs, which Elohim did through him in your midst, as you yourselves also know. This one, given up by the set purpose and foreknowledge of Elohim, you have impaled and put to death through the hands of lawless men. Him Elohim raised up, having loosed the pains of death, because it was impossible that he could be held in its grip.
Why? Why was it impossible for death to be held in his grips? Why? Because he did everything. Even though Yahusha is Yahuwah, he did everything. Everything Yahuwah commanded him to do. It was done. He perfectly obeyed the voice of Yahuwah, perfectly. Barak Yahuwah, thereby being deemed righteous. Barak Yahuwah, and if we too, Barak Yahuwah, inspired to follow in his footsteps and do as he did, Barak Yahuwah, it is very much possible for a death not to overcome us. Barak Yahuwah, because death is darkness, beloved ones. Death indeed is darkness. But guess what? Darkness have never overcome the light. Darkness have never and will never overcome the light. So if we walk in the light and we have fellowship with Yahuwah, who is light, darkness will not be able to overcome us. No. Darkness will not be able to overcome us. But we must operate in true belief. And if we truly believe, we will obey. Just as our master Yahusha did. He is the example. He is the example that we should follow after. He obeyed every word the voice the master did. He obeyed everything the master told him to do. Yes, he did. He did not waver between two opinions. He did not lean from the right or to the left, but he did everything Yahuwah told him to do. He perfectly submitted himself to the will of Yahuwah. And this is Yahuwah's desire for us as his children, to humbly submit ourselves to his will, to do his righteousness. And he wants us to do this regardless of what the situation it is. It don't matter what it is, whether it be through affliction or whether it be through hard times or losing our jobs or losing our homes. He wants us to still do righteousness. But this is impossible without the help and the assistance of the Ruach. We need him in order to do this, in order to overcome all things. We cannot do this without his help. But it begins with humbly submitting ourselves to his will. And his will is the righteous Torah. The Torah is his mind. The Torah is light. If we do it while seeking him, from a pure place of humility, we will find him. We will find him. But we must submit ourselves to his will and his desire, just as we see in the example of Yahusha, our master. Now read, my love.
For Daoud says concerning him, I saw Yahuwah before me continually, because he is at my right hand, in order that I should not be shaken. For this reason my heart rejoiced, and my tongue was glad, and now my flesh shall also rest in expectation. Because you shall not leave my being in Sheol, nor shall you give your lovingly committed one to see corruption.
Right, Yahuwah.
You have made known to me the ways of life. You shall fill me with joy in your presence. Men and brothers, let me speak boldly to you of the ancestor Daoud, that he died and was buried, and his tomb is with us to this day. Being a prophet then, and knowing that Elohim had sworn with an oath to him of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, to raise up the Mashiach to sit on his throne. Foreseeing this, he spoke concerning the resurrection of the Mashiach, that his being was neither left in Sheol, nor did his flesh see corruption.
Yes.
Elohim has raised up this Yahusha, of which we are all witnesses. Therefore, having been exalted to the right hand of Elohim, and having received from the Father the promise of the set-apart Ruach, he poured out this which you now see and hear.
Which you now see and hear. We also must understand who Yahusha is and who did he come as. Yahusha, Rock Yahuwah, for one, is Yahuwah. But he also came as his Yahuwah came in flesh as his firstborn son, Adam. In extension, Yasharal. Yahuwah, so Yahusha came, Yahuwah came as Yasharal. He came as Yasharal to show Yasharal how to be Yasharal, how to be his son. His son is indeed Yasharal. His son is indeed Yasharal. And so Yahuwah came in flesh in order to teach his son how to be his son, and also to show him the benefits that his son will receive if he walks as his son and follow in the steps of Yahusha, our Hamashiach, Rak Yahuwah. So just as Yahusha indeed died a perfect offering to Yahuwah. He died a perfect offering to Yahuwah. And because he was perfect, death could not overcome him. The earth could not keep him. The earth could not keep him. He risen. He risen on the third day. This is actually the day he rose today. This is actually the day he rose. He risen on the third day. And he was risen and so he was given great esteem. He was given great esteem to sit on the right hand of Elohim. What Yahuwah wants us to know, that this indeed is us. This indeed is us. If we endure, if we humbly submit ourselves to him, if we obey the voice of our Father, just as the example that he set before us. He indeed came in flesh. Yahuwah, our Father, came in flesh, showing his son how to be his son. And going through all the process, showing us what would happen if we obey, if we perfectly obey, if we obey him in Ruach and in truth. If we do this, indeed, everything that Yahusha received, we too will receive. We too will be exalted. We too will rock Yahuwah if we follow in his footsteps. And just as he was immersed, just as he was immersed in Rock Yahuwah, and I believe it was said that yes, like Rock Yahuwah, like we must fulfill all righteousness. He is the example of us to follow. We must follow after him. Yahuwah is Yahusha. So his son is Yasharal. But in order to be his son, we must engraft into him through Yahushua. And if we do this and receive his Ruach and walk even as he walked, we will receive everything Yahushua received when he endured unto the end. We will be highly exalted. We will be given an everlasting name, a name that is everlasting, because he walked as Yasharal, showing us everything that we will receive. But it begins with walking in light, and allowing the light of the Torah to lead you to salvation, receiving salvation, who is Yahushua HaMashiach. And from that moment, never looking back, allowing his righteousness to lead you into all truth, and inspiring with your whole heart, mind and soul to do his righteousness with the help and the assistance of righteousness, who is Yahuwah in the person of the HaMashiach. You can keep reading, my love.
For Daud did not ascend into the heavens, but he himself said, Yahuwah said to my master, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Therefore let all the house of Yasharal know for certain that Elohim has made this Yahushua whom you impale, both master and Mashiach. And having heard this, they were pierced to the heart, and said to Kapha and the rest of the emissaries, men, brothers, what shall we do?
What shall we do? What shall we do, Barak Yahuwah? Like, what shall we do in this situation? Because indeed, Barak Yahuwah, if we haven't repented, Barak Yahuwah, we are no different than these who impaled Barak Yahuwah. So we are no different than these. Who impaled him, Barak Yahuwah, because we are sinning against him. We are sinning against him if we are not obeying him, Barak Yahuwah. So what do we do in this situation? Read.
And Kapha said to them, repent,
and
let each one of you be immersed in the name of Yahushua Mashiach for the forgiveness of sins.
For the forgiveness of sins. Repent, and let each one of you be immersed in the name of Yahushua Mashiach for the forgiveness of sin. Keep going.
And you shall receive the gift of the set-apart spirit.
And you shall receive the gift of the set-apart spirit. Keep going.
For the promise is to you and to your children and to all who are far off, as many as Yahuwah Elohim shall call.
This is a promise, beloved ones. Yahuwah indeed kept his promise. The promise that he made to mankind, the promise that he made to his firstborn son Adam, that he indeed would come in flesh, and he would spill his precious blood for our redemption, for our salvation. And all who believe in this offering, all who truly believe and truly inspired to walk even as he walked, all these will receive everlasting life. All these will celebrate forever in the presence of Yahuwah, because they have received the gift of eternal life. Barak Yahuwah. This gift came down from the Shamayim. It came down from the heavens. No one has seen the Father except he who came from the Father. He came as our gift of salvation. He came to be our blessing. He came to be our kinsman redeemer. He came to be the door, the door that leads to everlasting life. So don't reject this gift. Don't reject your Barak Yahuwah. Don't Barak Yahuwah. Don't reject your moment of like Barak Yahuwah. Don't reject your opportunity to receive life. Walk in his righteousness. Inspired to obey him with your whole heart, mind, and strength. Turn from your wicked ways and begin to obey the righteous Torah from a place of humility, from a childlike humility, from a place of humility. and seek Yahuwah, cling to him, draw near to him by inspiring to do his righteousness. And if you do this from a pure heart, from a pure place, he will meet you halfway. He will help you and assist you, and he will lead you to salvation. He will lead you to righteousness. But it begins with walking in light. We cannot continue in darkness thinking that we have fellowship with him. We cannot continue in darkness thinking somehow we will receive the gift of life. Somehow when we leave this earth and we go before his throne, that he will be well pleased with our life. We are to offer to him our entire life as a well-pleasing offering unto him, our reasonable worship. And how we offer it to him is we die to ourselves and we begin to do his will and his desire. This is his will for all of us. And I pray that he will give us the strength. All who have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to understand, that he will give us the strength to actually do his righteousness and to do what's right in his sight, to live a life that is truly well-pleasing to him, so that we will be the offering that he desires. We must be the offering he desires in order to receive the gift of eternal life. And the way to do this is to receive in his spirit. But it begins with obedience to his words. I pray that this message was a barakah to you. I pray that even one soul will receive this truth and turn from your darkness and begin to walk in his righteousness. Barak Yahuwah, this definitely includes this teaching, Barak Yahuwah, this study. I pray indeed it was a barakah to anyone who heard it. Barak Yahuwah, I pray that it esteemed Yahuwah. I pray that it esteemed Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah, for those of you, Barak Yahuwah, who may see this on YouTube later on, Barak Yahuwah, I believe in this description there will be an email. There will be an email, Barak Yahuwah, in the description. If you have any desire, Barak Yahuwah, to reach out or to even say shalom, Barak Yahuwah, like one of the brothers, Barak Yahuwah, whether it be me, I'm brother Zaryahu, our brother Masha, or brother Yehuda, one of us will greet you with gladness, Barak, with gladness. If you just want to just say shalom, I definitely encourage you, Barak Yahuwah, to reach out. Barak Yahuwah. If you may desire the fellowship, Barak Yahuwah, we indeed fellowship. Yahuwah is willing as he leads us every Shabbat day. Yahuwah willing. I pray that you will be encouraged if he leads you, if he places in you to reach out, Barak Yahuwah, if he puts it in your ruach to do so. We definitely look forward to meeting you and greeting you, Barak Yahuwah, with gladness of heart, Barak Yahuwah. But until then, Barak Yahuwah, shalom, shalom, beloved ones. Shalom, shalom.